Hello, how are you? I hope your month of May was all right, as it was for me. And now the June started. That means we are in the the beginning of the summer in the northern hemisphere of Earth. But then in Oceania or the South American countries as well as South African countries, the people who live those places are approaching the winter. Okay, today's idioms. The first one is to have on. Second is to come to. And third one is to call for. Now, the first one, to have on means to be wearing. For example, okay, how do you like the wig which she has on today? That means I'm asking you if you like the wig that she's wearing today. And some people are very good with them, and some people do not look good with them too. So, that's up to you to decide. I remember one of the men who did the wrong things, bad things, and he got away from it. But that man was wearing a strange wig. It was very noticeable. And his name was something like Ageha or Akane or something like that. I forgot. And he was an architect. I don't know whatever happened to him after that. Okay, another sentence. When I went into the room, she had nothing on except a bath towel. Shocking. So the second idiom is to come on, means to receive or regain consciousness. Sometimes you just lose your consciousness, almost like a dead. But then sometimes snap out of it and gain the consciousness. That means come to. Okay, for example, he fainted and not come to for at least a half an hour or something like that. Have you ever seen anybody fainted like that? Oh my goodness, that's pretty scary. Okay, at first they thought the woman was dead, but soon she came to. Phew. Okay, the last idiom of today is to call for. It means to come to an office, home, store, etc., in order to get someone or something to require. For example, okay, the delivery service company promised to call for me at home at 8 o'clock, but I did not receive it. And often that happens. And sometimes it makes me almost upset that my doorbell does not work because it's broken. Well, just because the owner of the apartment never cares to fix it. He doesn't care. Doesn't bother. Something like that. Then I put the notice on my door and also next to the post folks to call my telephone number and talk to me if they came. But some of the deliverers don't do that. They assume that I was at home, so they bring their items with them. Then I found the notice and oh, I'm sorry, you are not home. Excuse me, I was home waiting for the telephone call or my phone to ring, which they didn't. And sometimes also in 1 minute, I call them back. Then already after 1 minute and some time passed, and they just switched. The company switched off the recording messages and would you please, request for the delivery for another day or something like that? Excuse me, my goodness. And it takes us too much my private time, which I'm not, I don't appreciate it at all. I get so much resentment over something like little things. And in that time, I just fix a nice cup of coffee and try calm myself down. Okay, now the last sentence probably would be, what would be good? Okay, this recipe calls for some unusual herbs and spices which I was not familiar with. Some recipe books or cooking books, well, it really depends on who wrote them. But sometimes they use some fancy words which you don't know, or they want to use some Italian or French or German or English or Chinese or Thai or Spanish words, and they even don't know what they are in their language. And it turned out to be something very simple. But some of the cooking books that I have, they use some different foreign terms or something like that. And I just had no idea what they were. I wish they would stop doing that kind of nonsense things. Okay, today's words, two of them. One is comprehensive. It means include much or covering completely of something. For example, after a comprehensive examination, my doctor said that I was in poor condition, alas. Or, okay, I once wanted to do a comprehensive research and a study on a speech impairment due to a brain stroke, which I have not yet done, and I don't know if I will. The last word is defraud. It means to take money or rights, etc., away by cheating. Yes, that's a bad thing to do. But, for example, if we could eliminate losses from, the government who defraud, then tax rates could be lowered. Isn't that true? Okay, the last sentence. Okay, by defrauding police and the company he used to work for, that man became super rich and escaped from Japan illegally. And now he lives in his country in the Middle East like nothing he ever has wrong to do, He acts like he just has done anything wrong at all and lives in his country, just like nothing ever happened, nothing bad ever happened, what he did, anything wrong. But in fact, I think he is criminal and he should be punished for it. But then he escaped from Japan illegally using some other people's help. And now he keeps his money, he enjoys his life. And, some people can get away from doing something like that. And ordinary people like us, just to get treated so negatively, badly, and all those bad people can get away. Isn't that unfair? Well, that's what life is all about, I guess. Well, I wish you a happy June. And I think we're going to have a lot of rain, right? But then let's try finding some ways to enjoy the rainy days. Bye for now.